Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Vinland Saga episode 6. So last episode we had this kind of training montage for Thorfinn, his training in the woods, and eventually challenging Askeladd to a duel, which he loses. You know, he's just a kid, of course, but Askeladd has kind of invited him along. If he can prove himself as a warrior, he will give him this duel and this revenge that he wants. So I'm guessing this episode we're gonna get that, him joining this crew now. I don't know if Askeladd's men, if this group actually has a name or a title, or maybe I haven't been told that yet, but he's joined them and let's see where they go from here. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find early access, so you can get episodes 7 and 8 right now. You can also find polls, so you can vote for what's next, and you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you can sync up your own footage and watch along with me. I'm watching this on Netflix just in case. So yeah, let's just jump right in. They get an extra shower a week. He's got to eventually open up a little bit with them. Yeah, the Vikings did all come to England. Okay, going into Bristol there, coming into Brighton. Yeah, we saw that a bit before them fighting back. So it's the Danes versus the English at this point. Okay, a bit of exposition, history lesson there. You know, they just gave that history lesson. How long ago was that? Is that currently happening, the Danes versus the English? Or are we getting the fallout of what happens after that, you know? You know, we see a king there. I wonder what king it is. The journey begins. It's like the prologue is over. He's already seen so much death and destruction at such a young age. Hey, can't keep up. Yeah, okay. The thing is, he has seen death before, but it's just like the shock of it, the scale of it, and maybe it just actually settling in here. Okay, so it is kind of, that's still happening, what we got in the opening there. There's money in it for them. Yeah, they don't have any honor as a pirate, that kind of thing, as a Viking. Ooh, already deceived them. Or is this the English fighting back? And they're doing a good job here against Askeladd's men, completely surrounded. Yeah, one arrow they can kind of just brush off. Oh, this is gonna be his accomplishment. He's gonna try and do it right here. But don't get yourself killed in the process. Bringing in this music again. Oh, that looked like it did actually stab Thorfinn just a tiny bit there. Yeah, Askeladd saved him. Yeah, don't die on the battlefield before you can even prove yourself. His small and frail like this, he's got to be sneaky, you know? Oh, that was good. That's his first human kill. A full adult he managed to kill as well. That is impressive, you know? He just has that kind of movement. That guy was going for a big swing so he can sneak in. what is he feeling at this point? You can see the tears in his eyes, you know. Is it tears of joy from the accomplishment or just rage? It's probably just too much for him to process at this point, this young. Oh, is he looking a bit older there? That looked like a bit of a transition. Oh yeah, he's grown his hair out a bit. Okay, yeah. Getting a montage time skip. That kind of shot rolling across the ground, it looked like perfect to lead into this, yeah. Just starting to though. That's pretty good, just saving Askeladd. Saving him for himself though, isn't he? Yeah, you can hear it in his voice as well, much deeper. Although he's still got that little bit of high pitchedness there, that sounds like the younger Thorfinn. Ooh, I mean, he's definitely got this experience now. These little blades, they really fit his fighting style, which is kind of small and, you know, energetic, bit jammy, he just gets in there. That was like an Attack on Titan transition. That little spin, that was very like Levi, like episode 1, you know? Oh. So maybe he'll spend a bit of time away from Askeladd then and his men. I mean, this could be good for him after all of this war. Let him live a little quiet life, maybe a little romance blossom here. But I don't think it will last long. He's so distrustful, they're just being nice, yeah. Do they know who he is though? Do they just assume he's English? I mean, does he even understand what they're saying language-wise, actually? Yeah, okay, he doesn't. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. I mean, as Thor said, who really is your enemy? He hasn't had his weekly shower. You know, Thorfinn isn't getting any of this. Did she understand any of that at all? I don't know. Hard to tell. Or if he was speaking just very broken English there. Okay, so this is still when he's doing his spy work. But how can you expect him to be a spy if he doesn't know the language? Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, she had a child that she lost, so she's kind of projecting that onto Thorfinn a bit. Yeah, she's seen right through it. But he's, yeah, they've shown him kindness, he's warning them beforehand. Thorfinn is gonna lose it if they come along and, you know, he finds those two dead though. Or what, even worse has happened to them. It's like grouped all the men in so then they can surround them. Askeladd can, can't he? Ah, yeah, she's gonna come in and get herself killed. Oh, has he got a bit of a smile on his face? She's kind of monstrous there almost. Well, she didn't understand. It might be too late for her to run now anyway. Maybe Thorfinn can say, you know, not her. I love this fire. It just makes for such great atmosphere and lighting. That one shot of, you know, Thorfinn standing in front of it. Yeah, of course, he sees his own mother in it. He still has that bit of humanity in him, though. It's not completely lost. Okay, that was a great episode. Okay, so that was Vinland Saga episode 6. That was a really great episode. We're getting this moral dilemma here with Thorfinn. You know, he is seeing how his actions are affecting all of these people. You know, his actions here going in as this spy has wiped out this entire village, got this woman and this daughter killed because of it, potentially. We didn't actually see them die, but I'm going to assume they are dead or kidnapped, and even if not, they are displaced from their home, and he is basically the direct cause of this. And I feel like it's building up this dilemma he's going to have over his own personal goals and then fulfilling like what is good for people, because although these are English, these aren't his own people. We see he sees his mother and Ylva in them, but what I think it is here is he's got this personal goal of proving himself as a warrior to Askeladd, but then by proving himself as a warrior, he's doing things that are immoral, like he has done here. So it's like his personal vendetta, his personal goal of revenge versus the lives of these innocent people. And I guess the best way to do it is to get it over quick, you know, kill Askeladd when he can, get this duel as quick as he can so he can fight and kill Askeladd. And then the thing is, even if he does that, that's not going to stop any of this pillaging that's happening, is it? It's still going to happen. The war is going to happen. It just means he won't have a hand in it, you know, like he is now. We see he went undercover as this spy here. He didn't actually, you know, have to go undercover for too long or too much because he didn't speak English really. He could only say run away. It was a bit confusing there because they are all speaking Japanese, obviously. So I wasn't sure if he said run away, you know, in English or not. It's a bit hard to know what language they're speaking really. But he does get this sense of like homeliness, of kindness. He gets taken in and healed up and fed and everything, and of course he sees Helga and Ylva in these two people. But I guess, you know, he does try and help them. He warns them, tries to get them to flee, but it's just that language barrier there. But he probably still is going to take on a bit of an emotional toll here, although I don't know if he has kind of already moved on. You know, at the end we see him, he's looking at her, she's gone, and he just focuses on him. He just takes a breath and then carries on. Is that just him bottling it up, or is that him just like, okay, it's done, I can't change anything, let's just get back into character a little bit, back into character as this Viking now? And I do like this England setting. It's fun, you know, seeing your home country, although it's being invaded is not great, but it is fun just to see, you know, places I know. We get the map there at one point and I'm seeing places I know. It's just like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme whenever I see something I recognize, you know.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
And we do learn a bit more about the history here. We have that little bit of a history lesson, and we do get name dropped to the King of England at the time is Ethelred. So now we kind of have a few factions. We have England with King Ethelred, we have Norway with King Harold, and we have Sweyn, who is the Danish king. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Sweyn is the one who hired Floki So that could be like a potential end goal. I think I mixed that up in one of the episodes before and thought it was Harold who hired Floki, but it's Swain, I think. But we have kind of 3 factions now. I don't know if we'll get any more countries brought into this mix, any more kings brought into this mix. I do like that, you know, the kind of political landscape of things at the moment is kind of in the background. It's mainly focusing on Thorfinn's story, his adventure as this Viking, but you know, there are these like greater forces at play, I guess, and I do wonder like how much Thorfinn will have a role in these greater forces. I'm assuming he will be fighting alongside the Danish in this war that's upcoming or kind of already in process. So will there be things on the battlefield where he makes a big sway in things, you know, and how much of this is like historically accurate? I don't know much about the history at the time, but like that could be a cool storytelling technique to throw people off. You know, you can have some big plot twists if you suddenly diverge from what actually happens in history, I guess, as well, can't you? And they must probably be taking some creative liberties in some of the characters and the kings, you know, especially in terms of like personality. Can you really know that much about their personality from all of that time ago? Probably not. And then we do finally get Thorfinn growing up a bit here. We get you know, there's this shot and it's kind of the camera kind of going over the ground, and I was like, oh, this seems like one of those introductory shots where they're setting up a time skip. I've been expecting a time skip for a while now, but it seems like we finally got it. We got a bit of a montage and we can see him, I think, slowly getting a little bit older and older gradually. But we see now he's got that longer hair. I don't know how long it's been and if he'll grow any more from here. I'd say maybe he looks like 15, that kind of age at the moment, maybe a little older or younger, but around there. So what, that could have been 5 years since what happened, if he was 10 before. That makes sense. But it has been a long time, and we see, you know, his first kill, his first human kill, the emotional toll it takes. I think that probably is just too much emotion to handle, and sometimes you're just overwhelmed and the only kind of reaction is to cry and like scream out. You know, it's probably a mix of happiness, him like proving himself, like, but then fear and kind of disgust of what he's just done. There's a real kind of a mix of emotion there. And then we get the time skip, the montage, and he's just killing left, right and center. He's really honing his skill. And like I said, his kind of fighting style is kind of small and jammy. He's just dodging and weaving and just getting little stabs in, you know. That seems to be, he's using his kind of smaller stature and smaller frame to his advantage. It's like whenever someone goes in for a big telegraph swing, he can like jump in and get them. And that kind of mirrors Askeladd and Thor's fight, because Thor's set up this situation where Askeladd would go in for that big swing and then Thor's got in there. So I wonder if that is kind of an influence that Thorfinn took. Did he see that during the fight and take influence from that? Or is that just like a natural thing he's developed? He's got this similarity to his father. That's pretty cool, actually. And then this kind of relationship that Askeladd and Thorfinn has is almost just like Askeladd can blackmail him. You know, he kind of blackmailed him into becoming this spy because he's like, yeah, you know, do this spy, you're proving yourself, you're getting the opportunity to cut me down eventually. It's a weird dynamic. I thought there might be over time like a bit more friendship and kinship between them, but there doesn't seem to be just yet. There might still be time for that to develop, or it could be the case that it is just this kind of relationship and Thorfinn does hate him this entire time. But I am surprised none of the extra information about Thor's death has come to light yet. It just seems natural for Askeladd to, you know, tell him, oh yeah, it was all set up by Floki, don't blame me, you know, is because Askeladd, he's got this kind of breezy, chill personality a little bit. I was expecting him to just kind of brush it off. You know, there are times where Askeladd can be serious, but I was expecting him to be like, hey, don't come at me, I was just doing my job, you know. I thought that would kind of be what happens quite early on, but it seems like that still hasn't been told to Thorfinn. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment. And if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.